Hi students, very good morning. Today in this lecture we are going to deal regarding the mechanism of the reaction. Okay, so if you go in detail on the basis of mechanism, same mechanism can be divided into two types. One is a reaction which occurs in the single step. Already regarding this we have learned in the previous videos. Okay, what is meant by elementary step, what is meant by a complex reaction. In complex reaction you will be having many elementary steps. See, again I'm repeating, simple step or elementary step or single step. The reaction which occurs in a single step are called as single step reactions or elementary reactions or simple reactions. The reactions which occurs in multiple steps, then that is called as multiple step reaction mechanism reaction or complex reaction. Okay, if I go for the first thing, simple or elementary or single step, what happens is in that the reactant will be directly converted into product. There will be no formation of the intermediate. So here you will be getting something like threshold energy, right? Regarding this we have learned in the previous videos itself. So what this is saying, there will be no formation of the intermediate in the single step formation. Suppose if I have reactant like A2 plus B2, it forms resulting in the formation of the product like 2AB, and this is the intermediate. Okay, and this intermediate is formed in the transition state. Getting clear? AA reacting with BB that is forming the transition state. After that it results in the formation of the AB. Okay, so definitely there will be no formation of the intermediate in the single step or elementary step. For 90% for single step reactions, R is equal to molecularity. Okay, for 90% of the things, for 90% of these elementary reactions, the order will be equal to molecularity. For 10% it is remaining. Okay, we will see how. So rate law, you are writing for this reaction, A, it is reactant getting converted into product. Rate is equal to R is equal to K into A power 1. R is equal to 1. As it is a elementary step, molecularity is also equal to 1. So R is equal to molecularity. Suppose if I take the reaction like 2A getting converted into product, rate it is written as K into A square, order will be equal to 2, and molecularity it is equal to 2 because this is the elementary step. Suppose if you take like this, N2 plus 3H2, it is forming 2NH3. Molecularity basically it will be looking like 4, 3 plus 1, 4. But basically this is not a single step reaction, this is a multiple step reaction. This is the complex reaction mechanism. So generally the molecularity expected is, molecularity according to the experiment is 3. But in the equation it will be appearing like 4. Okay. Right. Let us go for one more example. So examples are finished. Let us go for the next content, that is complex step mechanism or multi-step mechanism reactions. So complex reactions or multi-step reactions, there are certain rules in this. Okay. First thing, they will be having multiple steps. You know very well this one. Second rule, it is molecularity of the complex reactions are not defined. So molecularity is defined only for the slowest step, that to rate determining step. That should be slowest. Okay. And for overall it is not defined. For each step it is defined molecularity, but for overall reaction molecularity is not defined. Getting this? Where each step is elementary. For elementary steps you can define the molecularity. For overall reaction, whenever it is a complex reaction, you can't define the molecularity for the entire reaction, but you can define the order. Right? Molecularity is only for the elementary reactions. Next, molecularity of each step can be defined. Okay, already we have said for any step, it may be fast step or slow step, you can define the molecularity, because what is meant by molecularity? It is the number of molecules or ions that are involving in a reaction. Okay, but in a complex reaction there will be multiple steps. If I ask the overall molecularity, you can't say. Right? For each step you can explain. So molecularity of the each step can be defined. For the overall reaction you can't define in the complex reaction, and overall rate is given by the slowest step of the complex reaction. In complex reaction there will be one step that is called as very slow step. That step is called as rate determining step, and in the formation of the products in complex reactions there will be formation of intermediates. Definitely there will be some intermediate in the complex reactions. Okay, and intermediate should not appear in the rate law. You keep in mind this. Intermediate will not be present in the rate equation. In rate equation you should never write intermediate. You can have reactant, you can have product, or there may be no reactant or no product in the rate equation, but intermediate should not be present. Okay, this is the condition. And definitely there will be formation of the intermediates in these complex reactions. Suppose a reactant is getting converted into product. Before this reactant getting converted into product, first the reactant converts into A. This is one intermediate. A with some rate or with some rate constant converts to B. B again with some rate constant converts into product. So A cancelled, B cancelled, rate is getting converted, reactant is getting converted to product. See, there are multiple steps, but here it is looking like a single step reaction. So complex reaction will be having multiple steps and there will be formation of the intermediates. A and B are the intermediates here. So step 1 is the elementary reaction, step 2 is also elementary, step 3 is also elementary reaction. For each step you can define the molecularity, but for overall you can't define. See, what I am doing is I am drawing the graph for this. Okay, so after crossing one transition state, the reactant has converted into one thing, that is, see, reactant has been converted to A. So this is stable product. Product is stable, but this is stable intermediate, and this peak is called as the transition state. So this is transition state 1, it has been converted to product. After reaching the transition state 2, it has been converted to one more stable product B. So A has been converted from here to here, it is B after crossing transition state 2, and B has been converted to product after crossing the transition state 3. And you know this difference with respect to reactants we are talking. With respect to reactant, this difference is called, X is called as activation energy, EA1. This difference energy, it is called as activation energy, considering A as the reactant here in this respective. Here in this transition, this Z is considered as activation energy, considering B as the reactant, forming the product. So you are getting two stable intermediates, one is A, another is B. So among this is EA1, this is EA2 and EA3. So if activation energy is more, okay, what happens to the rate? Rate will be very lesser. So from here to, it should cross this one, means this much of energy is required to get converted into product. Okay, but from here to here, you require less amount of energy. From here to here, it is an intermediate between X and Y. So which one rate will be faster? Whenever the activation energy is very low, the rate will be faster. So EA2 will be greater than EA3, will be greater than EA1. So EA2 activation energy rate will be greater than compared to EA3 compared to EA1. So Y is greater than Z is greater than X. Or which is the slowest step? Slowest step means it should take very large amount of time. So here you require more amount of energy. So this one is called as the rate determining step. So this one R2A with rate constant. This is the very slowest step in this particular reaction. Or it is also called as rate determining step. And after considering all this, what you have got? Rate is equal to K into K1. Something like K1 into R power 1. This is the rate equation for that respective complex reaction. Let us take one question with respect to this one. Okay. He is asking find the order and the rate law of, he has given equation 2A plus 3B. It is getting converted to A2 plus B3. And the reaction mechanism he has mentioned in this pattern, A plus B with rate constant K1 has been converted to AB. This is the step 1 and it is the slowest step. He is mentioning all these things. AB, whatever it has been formed here intermediate with reacting with one more mole of B, it is forming AB2 with rate constant K2. This is step 2, this is very fast. And AB2, whatever the intermediate has been formed, it is reacting with A as well as B with some rate constant K3, it is forming A2 B3. This is the step 3, this is very fast reaction. Okay. Now rate law. Rate law means it is written with based on the slowest step, right? This is the slowest step. So rate will be equal to something like K1, concentration of A, concentration of B whole power 1. Okay. So what is the order now? Order is equal to 1, 1. So it is 2. What is the molecularity of the reaction? How many molecules are involving? This is a slow step. So how many molecules are there? 1 molecule, 2 molecules. So molecularity of the reaction for step 1 it is 2. For step 2, how many are there? Here 1, here 1. So it is 2. For step 3, what is the molecularity? Here 1, here 1, here 1. So it is 3. So in this way, we will be finding out the molecularity and the order overall is here 1 and here 1. From the rate equation, you are getting this one, 2. So molecularity for the first step is 2, for second step is 2, third step is 3. Okay, this is the generally way of method of representation. Now question comes, what shall we do when intermediate is not involved in the RDS? See, you are getting this RDS rate determining step. This is the slowest step. In that, if intermediate is present, is involved, okay, when intermediate is involved in RDS, if intermediate is present, see, our condition here first it is in complex reactions, there should be no intermediate here. Okay, see once again, I am showing here. See here at the end of the page. Here, intermediate should not appear in the rate law. Okay? Okay, see. What we should do when intermediate is involved in the rate determining step? Let us do with example. We should remove that intermediate. How we should remove that? There is a process. Okay, let us take question 2a plus 3b, the same question. It is a to b3. A plus b, giving with rate constant k1, it is moving forward direction AB. With reverse direction with k4 rate constant, it is moving in the backward direction. This is the first step he has mentioned. Okay, AB plus B with some rate constant k2, it is moving AB2. This is the slowed step. And AB2 plus A plus B with rate constant k3, A2, B2, it is forming. It is fast step, step 3. Okay, he is asking to find out the rate law or order or and k. So if you want to write rate, what you will write? You will be checking the slowest step. So this is the slowest step. So k2, AB whole power 1, B power 1. This is the general rate equation. See, if you see the rate equation, there is intermediate formation here. There is intermediate in the rate equation. So our condition is we should never have intermediate in the rate equation. So what you should do? Okay. What you should do means you should remove this intermediate. Before going to that, see here there is one content. Find out the reaction in which the only intermediate reactant or product is observed. You should find out in these three reactions where, see, you are having reactant here. Now we should go for the reaction where this only intermediate is present. So AB is the intermediate you are having in this equation. You find out here where only AB is present on either side, either it is in the reactant side or in the product side. Okay. Here if you go here, you are having both. You are having one more molecule. Okay, here you doesn't have AB. So this is the reaction where you have only AB. Okay, so find out the reaction which only intermediate reactant, the intermediate may be as the reactant as a product, either thing. Okay, but only reactant should be present. Assume that step to be a reversible reaction. First, even though if he doesn't mention K4, you should assume that because here only reactant is present on the product side. If it is present on the reactant side, if only reactant is present, only intermediate is present, then for that also you can take. Whenever the only intermediate is present, either reactant or product, then you should consider that step as the reversible step. Okay, already it has been mentioned. If it is not mentioned, if I say that A plus B with rate constant K1, it is going to be converted to AB. Is the same thing, the remaining two steps have been given. You are getting the rate equation in this pattern. Now what you should do? You should find out the intermediate where only intermediate is present. Here is the only intermediate either in the product side or the reactant side. Then for that reaction, you should take it as reversible reaction K4. Okay, now you should remove this intermediate. Okay, based on this, you write the equilibrium constant. What you will be getting equilibrium constant for this? K equilibrium will be equal to product's concentration by reactant concentration. Getting this? Okay. So I am doing this like this. So generally this reaction is considered. Okay, wait for a while. Right. A plus B with rate constant K1, it is getting converted to AB product, and AB product is getting converted to A plus B reactant with K4 rate constant. Okay. If you write K equilibrium, what happens? Concentration of the product by concentration of the reactant. It is nothing but forward reaction by backward reaction. You will be learning with this one with respect to chemical equilibrium. Okay. So K1 by K4 will be equal to, see, you can write K1 means what happens? Rate is equal to K1 into A constant. Generally, if you take rate is equal to K1 into A plus B, concentration of A into concentration of B. If you write with this one, rate is equal to K4 into AB concentration. If you get K1 by K4, automatically you will be getting this one. Okay, that is taken as K equilibrium. Okay. Now you make subject as AB. You take only this one, AB. What happens if you send this one? K1 by K4 into concentration of A into concentration of B. Okay. So rate will be equal to, generally our equation is, rate equation, rate is equal to K2 into AB whole power 1, B power 1. This is what the equation we have seen in the previous page. For removing AB, we have bought this one. So in place of AB, you replace this one. Okay, AB. So K2 is taken as K2. AB means K1 by K4. K1 by K4. Concentration of A into B. Concentration of A into B. So AB has gone. Now B. Okay. So K2 into K1 by K4. I am taking it as K effective. A concentration, B whole power square. Getting this? So what is the rate now? Rate is equal to K effective into concentration of A whole power 1. Concentration of B whole power square. What is the order now? Order is equal to 3. 2 plus 1 it is 3. K effective is equal to K2 into K1 by K4. Sorry, K4. This is the condition. I am giving you one more reaction. Take this, try to solve this problem. 2O3, it forms 3O2. This is the general equation. Mechanism. O3 with rate constant K1 moving in the O2 plus O. This is the step 1. It is taking as fast. slowest step O3 plus O, K3, it is forming 2O2. Step 2 is the slowest step. Find the rate law, order as well as rate constant. So first you should go for the slowest step. Pause the video, student. Try to solve this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I am going to explain this answer. Rate is equal to K3. So based on the slowest step, rate is equal to K3 O3 into concentration of O. So O3 is the reactant itself, nothing problem with this. Here you are having reactant only. Now product is O2, but you are having nascent oxygen here. To remove this, what you should do? You should check whether where only reactant is present. Okay. So K equilibrium, if I write, what happens? This is the first step, right? K equilibrium. So here you are having O2 into concentration of O by O3. Okay, there is no way. So if you want only intermediate as the either reactant or product, in this there is no condition. You are having only 2 steps. So definitely you should take this step is itself as the reversible reaction. So O2 equilibrium, if you write O2 into concentration of O by O3. For this you are writing, you will be getting K1 by K2. So concentration of O will be equal to K1 by K2. If you send O3 by O2. This is the concentration of nascent oxygen, right? So you will be getting, already I have said, either one should be the either complete reactant or product side. The intermediate should be either complete reactant or product. See, in this case you are having only 2 steps. There is no way of getting this one because you have got this rate equation from this equation only. You can't take this. So you are going for this one itself. So fast step, because slow step you can't change anything, right? So definitely there is no chance here. So in this case you should accept that one. Along with nascent oxygen, you are having oxygen also. So you will be getting oxygen value as K1 by K2 into O3 concentration by O2. So rate equal to, generally our condition is O3 into concentration of O. In place of rate K3 into O3, oxygen place K1 by K2 into O3 by O2. Okay, K3, K1 K by K2 equal to O3 into O3 here. O3 square, O2 whole power minus 1. So what is the order? 2 plus minus 1. So it is order is 1. What is K effective? K effective is K3 into K1 by K2. Okay, students. This is for today. Have a nice day. Prepare well for the exams. Bye bye.